Types of computing. Generally, there are 5 types: desktop computing, server-client computing, cluster computing, grid computing, and cloud computing. Now, what's a desktop computing? A standalone machine which is not connected to the network, which does not have a network card, but it has just got its own storage, its own CPU, RAM, and everything locally, but not onto the network, is called desktop computing. For example, these were like Pentium machines without the network cards, old type of machines in which a person used to work locally with no internet, with no network. Server client computing. Multiple machines connected to us on a same network is called a LAN, local area network. And between these machines, there will be one big powerful machine which will be acting as a server. A server is a machine which provides services. It can be a web server, it can be a file server, or etc. So all of the local machines will be going to the server for the services, which is called server client model. For example, a web server. These machines will be accessing website not locally but through this website, to the web server where this website is hosted. Cluster computing. Now, for example, if the LAN grows and from 20 users you become 200 users, so one web server will not be sufficient. So you add another web server providing the same services as the original one for the load sharing purposes and for the fault tolerance, but in the same location. Is called cluster computing. What's a grid computing? For example, you have got two sites, head office and the branch office. And these head office and the branch office, they are linked together. They are connected together via MPLS, via site-to-site VPN, or via lease line, etc. Or in these locations, one web server or a file server will be in the head office, and one web server or the file server will be in the branch office. They will be replica of each other. They will be synced together. And this thing where another server is in the remote location is called grid computing. And then what is a cloud computing? A cloud computer is a mixture of cluster computing and the grid computing. For example, you have got two web servers in the head office, and you have got two web servers in the branch office. These web servers are synced together, or you can even say two file servers or three file servers, but in different locations. But in one of the sites, you should have in cluster. So cluster plus grid is called cloud computing, where the services are given remotely. A user from the internet will never know where the web server is hosted or where is the file server. Is it in head office or is it in branch office or wherever it is? A person using these services will never find out from where am I accessing the services. But the service should be in cluster and remotely. So the mixture of two, grid plus cluster, is called cloud computing. And that is all. Thank you so much for watching.